I think the largest wedding we've done was 19 people. It was a destination wedding in Bakersfield. Destination wedding in Bakersfield. I didn't get
we're
that.
getting there.
I was like, wow, you're having a destination wedding here? Like, what the world?
It's a beautiful life, that's what she brings. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Makeup, hair, and all the little things. Allie's vision, bright, shine bright. Newlywed series, love in the light.
Hey, so you got the ring, you are planning a wedding, and you're feeling the overwhelm? Well, you're at the right place. This is Gwen with Hello Enamorada. Welcome to the Nearly Wed series, vendor edition, where we're dropping info and useful tips for those planning a wedding, big or small. We got you covered. Enjoy the episode. No. Hey!
Hey!
I love it.
Hey,
How we turned out. I'm so happy to have Allie in the house. Allie with Beautiful Nation, hair and makeup.
Yes.
So how long has the business been up and running?
We have been in business for 9 years, going on 10. So March 4th was the official launch of the business when I put March 4th, 2026 or 2016, I put down on Facebook and Instagram, hey family and friends, I have a new business. Support me.
Come in, come all.
Let's go. Makeup and hair and let's do it all. So
I love that you have a
10
date.
years.
A lot of my people have a date. I don't have a date for Gwen Corona.
No, I remember it was March 4th. So I remember that very clear and I celebrate that year every year.
Sweet.
So that is.
So before we continue to get a little personal, I kind of want to give more of our brides, and this is more for brides because they're the ones usually, scheduling the makeup and hair appointments.
Yes.
So I want to really dive deep into giving them as much useful information as we can.
Yes.
Because they don't know what they don't know. And when it comes to misconceptions, that's the first thing that I really want to drop on the podcast for us to be able to talk about it and for you to kind of bring those forth and tell us what are the misconceptions that makeup artists, hair designers, what are the things you guys commonly run into?
I think some of the most common one is brides don't think that they need a trial run. They look on our Instagram and they look on the website and they say, oh my gosh, we love your work. We're good. And it's like, no, we need to meet the client. We need to know what your face looks like. We need to know what your hair texture looks like. We need to build that rapport the day before the wedding. It's so important. And we need to be able to provide feedback to the bride. So the reason why on that big day they look so amazing and they love their look is because we've had time to work with them. We've had time to understand their skin. We had time to recommend certain facials if they need facials, because a lot of times brides will come in with dehydrated skin and it really messes up the look of the final product.
That's really cool. So you give them a little like prep like kit or prep guide?
A prep guide, yeah.
For their skin to
Yes.
get ready for.
Yes. Even with their hair, we might say, okay, a few weeks, you might need to do like, extra hydration for your hair. You might want to touch up, the color or, even clip-ins. So a lot of times a bride will come in and they have this look that they want. And then we're like, okay, you don't have either long enough hair to accomplish that look. So if we want this look and you want the fullness and you want that length, we have to get clip-ins. And so they're not thinking about that. And so then we recommend clip-ins. We help them purchase clip-ins if they need support. We have vendors that we recommend. So we have like a recommendation sheet.
Sweet.
And we have an esthetician on our team who does facials. So if we get a bride that, your skin's really dry and for your makeup to look good and last all day, we say, get a hydrofacial with Melissa. We recommend them. And so the day of their wedding, it's like perfection.
I love it. Are there any unrealistic expectations that brides come to you as far as like the physical, I'm sure, Pinterest or screenshots of what they want to look like?
Yes. So a lot of times they'll come with inspiration pictures. And that's one thing we do require when booking brides. We need to know what the look is that they're going for because we do match them. Someone wants a boho braid, boho style. We have team members that really specialize in that. So inspirations are really important, but the misconception is sometimes they'll get a look and they're not taking into consideration their skin tone, They're not taking in consideration their hair tone. They're not taking into consideration their features. So we have an inspiration picture of someone that looks nothing like the bride.
Like when I go in wanting to look like Jennifer Lopez.
Yes, yes. They come in, I want to look like Kim Kardashian. It's like, you have not one feature. Kim Kardashian doesn't even look like Kim Kardashian. Let's just be honest. Can we be real? Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian doesn't even look like Kim Kardashian, people. And so, we try to guide our brides into bring inspiration pictures. Think about your hair. Think about your eye shape. Think about your skin tone. Like you have a girl that has very bronze, tan skin, but you're more on the pale side, or vice versa. Okay. An orange tone on someone that's more like a peachy tone on someone who's more pale looks like peach. On someone who's a little bit more tan is going to come out looking more white. And so we get that where they're like, oh, this picture looks so beautiful on her. And then on me,
it's just
it didn't translate.
Yeah, it
didn't translate. And so we have to tell them like, before we start this, I like this. However, there's a few tweaks we're going to have to make because of the skin tones and the hair color. And then they're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that ahead of time.
And it's understanding too, like what is important to the client, right? Because what part of this whole look is like what let's decompartmentalize it and try to figure out. And a really, really good makeup artist will learn and know what questions to ask, right? To be able to say like, well, we can't do this whole thing. Yes. What about this thing do you actually love? Yes. What is it about this thing that you love? Yes. And sometimes it's not even the whole look. It's like, I don't know, it's the eyes or I don't know, the definition of the high cheeks, whatever.
Exactly.
I don't even know.
And we do talk to our brides about that all the time. We say, bring in multiple pictures because it's not a one size fits all for makeup and hair. So you might like the way this girl's eyes look, but then you like this other girl's lip color, but the blush on this girl is really nice. And you like the highlight. And so we kind of Frankenstein the look to make it what you want. And that's our biggest thing. And we want everything to be cohesive. So we also get their hair. I mean, not their hair, but their dress. So we'll ask, what does your dress look like? Because if you're going for a boho style and then you have this, gaudy makeup look and gaudy hair, it's like, that doesn't work. So we really do, during that trial phase, guide our clients to having the look that matches them as a person the best.
Gown too. And then sometimes we
their gown.
Tend to forget all those things. Like styling is like a whole set of
it all
rules.
Works together, and it's all about having a cohesive look. And that's why we are the experts, and that's why we're the professionals, because we want to make sure that from your hair to your makeup to your dress to your flowers, everything just looks like a beautiful masterpiece.
I love it. I love it. Are there any other impractical requests that sometimes they ask for?
So not so much requests. I think the most difficult thing is, I think the request is sometimes when a bride doesn't take care of her skin and they're wanting this, make me flawless, make me look 10 years younger. And I'm like, well, the base of what we're working with is difficult. Like we have textured skin, we have all these barriers that we have to get through with the skin before we can even get the foundation to look beautiful and to look flawless. They are like, well, I don't want any creasing under my eye. Well, let's just be honest. It is very rare that you don't crease if you put some, like at some point you're going to crease. And we get sort of, what's the word? Kind of bamboozled. That's a good word. That's a great word.
Bamboozled.
We get bamboozled.
Word of the day. Bamboozled.
With marketing, because they say crease free. And they're like, well, why is this happening? Well, sweetheart, we have a few little lines here. You're not putting eye cream underneath your eye to hydrate.
And the filters too.
And the filters. So there's already a misconception coming in thinking, oh my gosh, I want to look like Jennifer Lopez. And about a year or two ago, Jennifer Lopez, makeup artist, put a picture out of her, of what he took of her going to the Grammys or an award show. And then there was what the public put out. And he was like, this is what she really looks like. Like, she's still beautiful, but this is real.
This is texture. It's skin. It's texture. It's supposed to have texture.
And we were just like so happy that he did that, because we were just like, let's stop with the fake. Like, we have some texture. Just do this, sweetheart. If you got a little line, just right there, and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And so they just think that their look is going to be flawless, nothing wrong. And I'm like, your skin's dehydrated. You don't use moisturizer. Like we have patches. Like work with us. And that's why it's important to have that trial so that we can help you correct some of those skin concerns, even if it's just for the wedding day. Like you may not spend the rest of your life getting facials, but for the wedding day, let's do everything we can to get your skin in a good place so that your makeup can look amazing for the wedding day.
I love it. And I love that you touched on the unrealistic expectation that social media has just created for everyone, even the industry. And everybody's bashing the industry. Really, the industry is us. Like, we're the industry. We're small, business owners, and come with heart, like a heart for service. Yes. But sometimes we get the fashion industry, like Vogue, take over an industry that was not meant to be that. And now we have all these problems we're dealing with.
Yes. It's like we're real people. You're a real person. Unless you want to go through all these procedures to have your skin and your face just look a certain way, it's like we're all about elevating the confidence of everyday women. We want you to look good, feel good, be good in your own skin. I don't want to change you. I don't want to transform you into something that you're not. And I believe that that's why a lot of our brides come to us, because they say, I see this bride on your Instagram. She looks beautiful. She doesn't look fake. And I'm like, no, she doesn't. That's for someone else. At The Beautiful Life, we want you to look like you, just your best elevated you for your wedding day.
I love that.
Period.
Did you guys hear that? That was beautiful.
Period.
Amen. Even now back there, like, yes.
But that's my heart. That's my heart of the business. And so
let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit about the business. For those newly introduced to your business, can you give us a little bit of the heart of it? How many people do you have on now?
Yes, I would love to. So we are a team of 20 makeup artists and hairstylists. Wow. Which is amazing. We are the largest traveling glam team in Central California. So I don't really put that out there a lot. I really should. People say I need to boast a little bit more, but
absolutely. That's a lot of hard work. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm really humble about it, but people are like, no one in Kern County is doing what you're doing. Like, unless you're in LA or San Francisco, like in between those areas, there's no one that has a fully staffed traveling glam team, and our makeup artists, our hairstylists, they have been vetted. Like, they go through a hiring process. They have to do a trial phase with the team for several months before they can get on to the team. And so when you hire us, that you're getting someone that knows what they're doing, you're getting someone that's professional, and that speaks volumes in this industry. Just because we get the calls, my makeup artist ghosted me, my makeup artist or hairstylist canceled on me a week before the wedding, a day, I can't fathom.
Those Saturday mornings, yes, there's always someone, couple, 2, 3, out of the top of my head I'll see those posts and I'm just like, God.
We are a professional establishment, and I can't stress that enough. We have a booking coordinator that works for the company, and she's there answering calls. She's, checking the emails, and we have a system. You don't just, DM me if you want to book. It's we have a website. You go to a contact page. There is a process. We have forms and communication. It's a professional establishment. It's a professional business. And so I can't state that enough. But our team is amazing. So we have most of us in Bakersfield. We have some team members in the Los Angeles area, Delano, as well as Tehachapi. So we are kind of a little all over the place.
I like that.
But we do
travel.
travel.
A lot of ground.
We cover a lot of ground, and we travel all up and down California. No place is too far for us. But we have also been to Texas for work. We've been to Washington for work. We've been to Oklahoma for work, Mexico. And so we are a fully staffed traveling glam team. No place is too far for us to go to.
And what was that pivotal point for you to actually grow it?
It started out just me. I was doing makeup and hair and wardrobe styling, believe it or not.
Really? You should bring that in.
Well, it was
bridal styling is huge.
You know what? That is actually a good thought, because I was doing it for professional women. I'm a former fashion designer in Los Angeles.
Do it. Do
it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
But I was a former fashion designer, and I love fashion. Like, I'm that fashion for passion, as cliche as it is, but it's true.
Yes.
And so I started with makeup and wardrobe styling, but in Bakersfield, the niche is it's kind of like a hit and miss with
Absolutely.
someone's like, okay, I need new clothes for this new position I have, but now I got to pay you to shop for me. But the wedding and makeup and hair just kind of took over, and you kind of got to go with the flow. And so I was getting people asking me, "Do you do hair?" And I'm like, "No, I don't do hair. I can do simple hair, but I don't do wedding hair." So I got Lily Bridal Hair. She was my
Lily's
first
amazing,
hair.
yeah.
She's amazing. She was my first hairstylist on the team. And then my booking coordinator and senior makeup artist, Consuelo, she was our second makeup artist on the team. And then it just went from there. Like, people would say, hey, I know someone who's really, really good at makeup. And I would interview that person, bring them on. And so for a few years in the beginning, at least the first 5 years of the business, everyone was referral based. So if you were already on the team, that's how you got, like, if you knew someone on the team, that's how you kind of got on the team. In 2022, I believe, we did our first open casting call where we brought in a bunch of people from the community and said, hey, we're hiring for makeup artists and hairstylists. That was a fun experience. We had all of our senior staff there interviewing the girls, and that was amazing.
Beautiful.
And it grew and it grew. And, for the most part, my team has been with me. We've had people kind of fall off, over the years. Not everyone, makes the cut. And I am very particular, like how you show up, when you show up.
You're representing a big company.
You're
yeah.
representing me. You're representing the business. And so as hard as it is sometimes to have to let someone go, like, our reputation is really important to me. And so if there's some things, I'll give you a warning, but after those few warnings, it's like,
you're absolutely right.
Because we focus on the wedding industry, right? Most people, you're getting married that one day. You don't get a redo. This isn't a birthday. It's not just a photo shoot. You can't reschedule your wedding because someone decided not to show up.
Yeah.
So showing up and being there with good energy, positive, is so important. And if you don't do those things, then you're not for the beautiful life makeup and hair company. I'm sorry.
That's so true. And it's such a practical, like, one-stop shop, right? Did I say that right?
Yes.
The one-stop shop for so many times. It's like, now I have to go find a hairstylist, and I have to go find this, and it's like one less thing to do on your list, and that's amazing because they're already vetted.
One-stop shop, and then we can handle large weddings. And so we have a wedding coming up for 14 people, makeup and hair. I think the largest wedding we've done was 19 people. It was a destination wedding in Bakersfield. Wow. Destination wedding in Bakersfield. I didn't get that.
We're getting there.
I was like, wow, you're having a destination wedding here? Like, what the world? But we can handle large parties. So a lot of times they'll get a makeup artist, and the makeup artist is like, I can only handle 6 people. Or, oh, I don't travel. And it's just like, no, we travel. Oh, you have 10? Oh, you need to add 3 more people? Not a problem. We'll just add another makeup artist, another hairstylist. And again,
I love that because I hear so many times it's like they had to wake up at 2 a.m. to get there.
Yes.
And you got what makeup artist working for like 10 hours straight.
And that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. I don't know that I would trust and be confident to be like the 10th in line. I'm like, I don't know what kind of work is going to get done.
Your back's hurting. And unless we have to, we do a lot of Indian weddings too. And so that's a normal time for us to start. It's 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Allie, 2 a.m.?
Okay, so in Texas, true story, last year we were in Texas for 4 days for our Indian wedding, and we would wake up at 1:15 in the morning, start at 2 o'clock in the morning, be done by 7 in the morning, get breakfast, go to sleep.
I am shook.
Wake up at 12:30, do second looks at 1 o'clock, be done by 5:30, eat, chill out for a second, go to bed, be back up at 1:15 to start at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Sister, no way.
But it's fun.
That's brutal.
it's brutal, but it's for a few days.
It's for a special kind of person.
It's an adventure, but we know that doing this for so many years, we know that when we get a multiple day Indian wedding, we're like,
you're
all
at
right.
high. You're like,
I'm like,
up there.
How many events do you
is
have?
crazy.
How many morning events? How many evening events do you have? They always have to be ready at an early time. And so we're just used to it.
Just
it's
go
okay.
hard.
Yeah.
Is there anything you drink?
You know what? I have natural.
Anything you take?
I have natural energy. I'm not sure if this is going to make the podcast, but I have like natural crackhead energy. That's what we say. So I don't.
Those who know you, we can test.
Yes. But I seriously, I love what I do. And it is an honor for us to be part of people's wedding day.
Absolutely.
To have that trust in us that we're going to be there, that we're going to show up, that we're going to make you look good and feel good, because you're going to have these pictures forever. So I don't take that lightly. So if we need to be there at 1:00 in the morning, we're going to be there with good. We don't walk in like, oh my God, we're here. No, like we are there to bring the light.
Yes.
We're there to bring the fun.
Yeah.
We're there to bring the energy. So we walk in, if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, who's ready? We're ready. Because there's still people sleeping, right? So we can't be really loud. But we can still be like,
yeah, still bring it. And tone it down.
And then tone it down until like 6 a.m. And then we're like, all right, let's turn up the music.
I love that because beyond photos, and video and all the great stuff, it's also the way you made them feel that day.
Yes.
And that goes a long way.
Yes.
Because that stays with people forever.
You know what? A makeup artist and hairstylist can literally make or break the start of a wedding. We have heard stories of makeup artists and hairstylists telling interesting stories on someone's wedding day, talking about divorce on people's wedding day, talking about how they got drunk the night before. Why are you drinking the night before a big wedding? I don't know. Wedding day. And that adds nervousness. Like, we are there to help your wedding, to elevate your wedding day.
And set you up.
So even when the bride says, I am nervous. No. You're not nervous, sweetheart. You're excited. Because it's the same energy. Nervous energy, excited energy. The body doesn't know the difference. So we change the verbiage. So I tell them all the time, you're not nervous, girlfriend. You're just really excited.
So you get your hair, your makeup, and a therapy session.
Hey, you know what? I'm the light. I'm bringing the light everywhere I go.
I love it. Okay, so here's a hypothetical question. If you were helping a close relative find their makeup artist, okay, and it couldn't be you or any of your girls, what questions would you coach them to ask? And you may also talk about like green flags, red flags of them for them to look out for.
Yes. One, pricing. I know everyone wants a good deal, and I get that. No one wants to go crazy. Mm-hmm. However, we've had clients call, and we're not available, and they're like, oh, well, this is my budget. If someone is charging only $50 for makeup, question if they're really that good. Someone who's charging $50 is a sign that either they're new, they're probably just getting started, and you need to ask, like, have you done makeup on a variety of like skin tones? Because a lot of people that are new starting out, they don't have the experience of working with your porcelain skin girl to your African dark skin tone, Nigerian woman. And we've done everything in between. And so that's a huge question to ask someone is, are you used to working with diverse skin tones? Because if you're just used to working with one skin tone, then you have a bridal party that is diverse. There's going to be issues and a struggle with their makeup. And they think, oh, well, it was cheap. Well, sometimes you get what you pay for. So if they're like, oh, there's the deal, it's only $50. It's like, well, I hope you like that $50 quality of work. So don't shun someone. Ask about pricing, but don't shun someone because they pay a higher price, or they charge a higher price. Because most of the time, if someone charges higher, you're paying that because of quality. You're paying because of the service that you're going to get. You're paying for their experience and all their years of knowledge in that industry. So it's not a bad thing if you go to someone and say, well, how much do you charge? And they're like, oh, $150. And you're like, well, this person's going to do it for $50. Well, hopefully that person doesn't cancel on you, because the $50 person is a person most likely to cancel on you, because now they have a Cabo trip, seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's
happens.
crazy. It does.
And that's the reason why the trial run is so important too.
So important.
Right? That's where you'll see. It's like, okay.
And unfortunately, we've had that happen a lot where the bride will pass and we're like, okay, that's fine. And then they go get their trial from the person that they did book. And then they say, I did my trial and I hated it. They couldn't give me what I wanted. And that's the difference. Like, just because people can do hair doesn't mean that they can do your hair, doesn't mean that they can do every style of hair or the look. They're going to try their best. But if you look at what they did in the inspiration picture, you're like, 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 right now. And that's where we come in. 2 + 2 is going to equal 4 in our books. So you want to ask them about the pricing.
Okay.
And don't be intimidated if they have a higher price mark. And don't go with the person just because they're cheap. Because you're cheap, you're going to get cheap quality. You're going to get cheap products probably. Ask them if they have a diverse, portfolio. And ask to look at that portfolio, because a lot of people don't always post everything on their Instagram. Show me some pictures of people that you've done with this skin tone. Ask about people you've done with this skin tone or this hair texture. Do you work with curly hair? Can you operate with thin hair? They want to ask these kind of questions. Are they on a time limit? When we're there, we have our set time, but then we always add in buffer time. Oh. You get some people, they're like, oh, well, I'm only going to be there for 3 or 4 hours. That's all I have. And then they're under the misconception that they have more time with you. So you want to figure out, okay, how much time do I really have you for that day? Can I add on people later if people add on? Because you'll book 4, and then next you know, that makeup artist can't add on.
That's a big one. And I see that happen often. Does it happen often? That sometimes, you're
all
just
the time.
like, I'll just add one in because their makeup artist didn't make it, or because they just decided to get their makeup done.
And I can almost read it now, where you get someone that inquires, and they initially inquire at a certain number of people, but they book a certain number of people because the bridal party is like, oh, well, I don't know. And then it's normally after the bride gets her trial done, they see her because she's normally getting it done for like a bridal shower or a bachelorette party or something like that. Then they see her look, and then they're like, oh, I think I actually want to get added on. And so we do tell our clients that. We say, you can book now with this many people. You can add on later, but we need those add-ons to be at least 2 months before the wedding date. 1 month, and we do.
To accommodate.
And we always do work with our clients. If they come like 2 weeks before the wedding date and they say, oh my God, I got a sister and a mother-in-law that now wants to be added. Can we do it? We're going to make sure that it doesn't interfere with anything else we have going on. Beautiful. We check with our team and say, are you guys okay staying longer or starting earlier? And if they're like, yes, we're good with that, then we say, okay, yes, we can add on the people. It's not a problem. We send the invoice and we keep it pushing.
I love it. I love it. Let's jump over to trends. Trends are something that I love. And I know people always say, oh, but I want it to be timeless. And I've said this before, there's no such thing. Sorry, but one way or another, we're going to be able to tell that you got married in 2025.
Oh, man, 2018. Can we go back to that time?
So are you finding any trends as far as like makeup is happening, hair, styling?
You know what? So, and I feel like the trends happen differently. So like, Southern California, it's like a different trend than in Kern County. And so one thing that's been trending in Kern County is the glam waves. Has like, people are really wanting like the glam waves look. But a few years ago, glam waves wasn't, it's that old, very structured.
The very not cinematic one, like old Hollywood.
Old Hollywood, yes. So a few years ago, people were not wanting glam waves. And in the last few years, they were wanting glam waves. But in LA, glam waves was like 10 years ago. I was like, oh, glam waves. Yeah, glam waves was like so 10 years ago.
We're a little late on all the things.
We're a little behind the schedule, the trends in Kern County sometimes. But a lot of the brides, boho was really huge. We've sort of phased out of like the big boho look, and it's either glam waves or like they just want this really classic, soft, like just beachy, almost more whimsical vibe going on right now, which I love. And I've noticed that when it comes to makeup, and I'm so grateful for this, the brides now are really just wanting a very beautiful. They want to look like themselves
Big one.
lately. Few years ago, 2017, 2018, 2019, it was eyebrows on fleek.
Reconstructing the whole face.
Reconstruct the whole face. I mean, highlighted that if the sun caught the glare of your face, I was like, you're gonna blind your photographer with how bright you want your highlight. And that was a trend. It was a thing, but I'm like, you are really setting yourself into a year box with some of these looks, especially for a wedding day. And so I love when the brides are like, I just want like a classic, timeless look. I'm like, yes, let's do all the other stuff for a photo shoot, but for your wedding day, let's go with something that's going to look good for years, because those eyebrows on fleek, like the bigger, the darker, the heavier, like white under the eyes, it was like, it was a lot of, I felt bad sometimes. I was like, do you really want to go that bright?
Eyebrows?
Yeah, do you really want to do that? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to talk to you.
You're a sign here. I am not responsible for this.
I will not repost these pictures.
I feel it. It's like, it looks great for fashion and runways, but there's a place and a time.
Yes. But lately the brides have been wanting, they just say, I want to just look like myself. They want more neutral, nude tones. That's been like across the board. I feel like a few years ago we were getting brides, I want red lips, I want a bold eye. It was a very bold look. And now they're like keeping it more simple and saying, I just want to look like me, just my best self. And that's where we come in, because that's what the foundation of our business is all about, is look good, feel good, be your own self.
I love that. Is there any look that you're just like itching to like recreate or make that me and a lot of people don't ask it or know that you're like really good at?
Oh my gosh. I can't say there's one in particular, because we do so many looks. I mean, I feel like we really do cover the basis from your very soft look to your more bold. And a lot of times it may not be the bride. So the bride herself, she wants the more simple look. But sometimes you get like a bridal party member, like you'll get that one girl that's like, she's like the fun one, she's like, go big or go home. She's like, I want the full spider lashes. She's the one where you get to like have fun, and then you get the mom sometimes, and they're like, I want blue eyeshadow with pink lips or red lips, and you're like, oh, we're going back.
We're gonna have a good time.
I was just like, okay, we want color. But I think one of the fun ones is I had a bride. She had a colorful dress. It was cream based, but she had like different color florals on it. It was so beautiful, and she wanted her makeup to match like the dress. So we did multiple colors on her eyes and this beautiful pink lip. And it was so gorgeous. Like, it's not something that you would see on just a regular bride. Like by itself, you'd be like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But when she put on that dress and she had all those flowers and you seen all the variety of colors, you're like, oh my God, this is so much perfect.
Yeah. And it's again, like, celebrating the brides. Whatever you want, girl. Like, we are there with you.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to give you what you want. But, we have literally done so many different looks. I mean, I don't know if there's something I say that we have not done, because we do a lot of weddings and we do big parties. So it's a lot.
So you get your itch scratched.
We definitely do. Yes.
So I know that working together on the wedding day is, you get a lot of vendors working their magic in their own way.
Yeah.
And sometimes we are just so focused on the task at hand that we tend to forget, and I include myself in this, that we tend to forget that there's other moving parts and other vendors and other business owners there as well, and other creatives.
Yes.
Can you tell me, let's talk a little bit about like maybe some of the things you wish other vendors understood when they work with you that might be overlooked? Because I know I can tell you from like the top of my head, one of the things that is always going back and forth with makeup artists and photographers is that if the makeup lasts longer than anticipated, then it pushes the schedule of the start time back. And then sometimes it's not even the fault of the makeup artist.
Yes.
However, it is really important for photographers to let your couples know, or your bride know, hey, this is the time that we start.
Yes.
This is the time that I need X, Y, and Z person
Yes. Yep.
done and ready in your
Yep.
clothing, ready to go.
Yes. So we
You
actually
deliver that information
Yep.
to your makeup artist, and they will know what to do.
So we actually ask that information. We have a wedding questionnaire that we sent out a month before the wedding, and it asks a lot of different details about the photographer, the event planner, the names of all the bridal party, because we want to be able to know names of people. And we say, like, what is the time that you need to be ready by? And we start this when a person inquires, do you know yet when you might need to be ready by? If you don't, it's okay. We'll get that information later. But I tell brides all the time, the photographer controls the schedule. Like, they run the day.
Whatever the planner does, but
well,
if you don't have a planner.
The planner does, she does. But the photographer says, because, some brides, they don't always have a planner. Some have a planner, some don't. But for the most part, they have a photographer. If the photographer says, I need you ready for pictures, like pictures start at 1 o'clock, that means that you need to be done with makeup and hair the latest 12:30, because we need to give you at least 30 minutes to get your dress, buffer time to get dressed and all that good stuff before photos. And that is huge.
That is big.
And so I do like the fact that you brought it up, because sometimes, things can go over. Not a lot, though. I'm very proud to say that a lot of photographers, they'll say, I love when I know the beautiful life is on, working, because you guys get done. Like, you guys show up, you guys get done, and I don't have to worry about things, going over. But there are times where things go over. And a lot of times when it goes over is when we're getting a late start. Like, we're scheduled to be there at 8 o'clock. That was the start time. We've all agreed on it. We had the timeline. And it's 8:30, and people are barely starting to stroll in. And they still got to grab stuff. So we're just, and it happens,
often. That's how we do it at the same time.
We're like,
it's part of troubleshooting.
I know you guys had fun last night leading up to the big day after rehearsal. However, and so that's when I have to set that expectation and say, okay, we still need to get done. And so if we have someone that says, oh, I want this over the top look. Okay, well, we're now 45 minutes behind schedule. That is almost a full face. We're going to have to simplify this. And I'll let the bride know we're behind schedule. If you want to get done on time, we have to simplify some things. And so most of the time they're good to go. But I am a stickler for the schedule, because I understand that, the photographer needs to do their thing. I don't want anyone late on their wedding day, not do the makeup and hair. Like, if they're late because of any other reason, it's okay. It's your day. It's not going to start without you. There's no wedding without you.
Yeah.
But I don't want you late because of makeup and hair.
Any other vendors or things you can think of?
You know what? We have worked so well with the vendors. And I think because we've been doing this for so long, like, we just understand. Like, we know exactly, okay, if the photographer shows up at this time, they're going to start doing detailed pictures, and then they're going to go over to the groom side to do X, Y, and Z. So I feel like, we don't butt heads. We are very flexible. If they say, hey, you know what, can I stop real quick to get a picture of? Oh, yeah, let's do it. The biggest thing I would say for photographers is, I know sometimes there's certain things that they want to get or certain looks, and they'll sometimes pull the bride away. So what we've learned is not to have the bride go last. We don't want her to go last. We want her to go second to last, so that when the photographer comes, she's free to answer those questions, because
and
that
entertain them.
and entertain them, because that would be a thing sometimes where now the photographer comes and the bride has to stop and be like, oh, here's my invitation.
Like, hi,
here's
where's
my
all your stuff?
Yes,
It's
where's your stuff? And then we're stopping, and we're like, we're really trying to get it done. We're really trying to get it done.
That's 10 more minutes. Every answer, and pivot away from getting the stuff done. It's so true. And it's great that you bring that up. And that's the stuff that I really want to be able to talk about, because there's other times where we don't know what we don't know.
So we don't want the bride to go last. It used to be go last because we want you to be the freshest, but we like to do hair first, makeup last for the bride, but she's second to last in the lineup. Sweet. So once the photographer comes, she is free and flexible to move around, answer questions, and then and then she can sit back in the chair, and we do the fake touch-ups anyway, pretend that we're doing her lips and pretend that you're doing her eyes, so it's fine anyway.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So before we wrap it up, is there any fun projects or anything happening with the Beautiful Nation that you would like to share?
Oh my gosh. So, we have our beauty ebook coming out. Sweet. So that's a really fun project.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's been a few years in the making. I put it away for a little bit, and doing the weddings is actually what triggered me to start it and finish it, because we get a lot of clients, not just brides, but family members traveling in from other states, other cities, and they come to Bakersfield, and we have very hot, dry, like temperatures, and their skin will react, and they're like, oh my God, as soon as I got to Bakersfield or Kern County, my skin's been acting this way. And so I felt like I was always talking to brides and talking to bridal party about their skin. They would say, oh, after 2 hours, my makeup just comes right off. Like I barely have any on. That's a sign that your skin is dehydrated, because your skin is taking anything it can. It's foundation, the blush, it's taking any form of liquid it can on your face and absorbing it into the skin. So any camera here, whichever one, if that happens to you, your skin is dehydrated. You're welcome. Get the ebook.
Your free tips.
Yes, so it's a skincare guide. And so I'm really excited. We're launching it this summer, and it's going to be everything from learning about ingredients, because another thing that people don't realize is they're like, oh, well, I do this with my skin. And I'm like, well, that's why your skin's reacting the way it is. You're not supposed to be putting hyaluronic acid with your vitamin C or your retinol with vitamin C.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So
Thank you. We learned something new.
another tip.
Every podcast.
And so we talk about those things in the ebook. We talk about skincare routines based off of your age. You know, if you're teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and beyond. We talk about skincare routines based off of your skin type, for normal skin, oily skin, dry skin, sensitive skin, mature skin, male skin. Yes, we have a chapter in there for the guys, a section for the guys.
How exciting.
You know, we talk about how to prepare your skin if you're traveling to cold environment, a polluted environment, warm places. So a place like this, how do you prepare your skin if you're coming to a place like Bakersfield, California in the summertime for a wedding, and, you know, it's like hot, dry, you know, heat. There's no humidity, you know, it's going to suck a lot out of you. And so we would struggle trying to get people's skin to acclimate to our environment.
That's really great. That's a great way to put it. It's like you're like helping them give you the best foundation
Yes.
to work on.
Yes, because that it is so true. Like, and a lot of people make this misconception of, well, I need to have all the most expensive products, and it's not about products. I mean, yes, there are some amazing products out there that are fabulous, but you can have a flawless look with drugstore makeup if your skin and the foundation of your face is good. If it's healthy, if it's glowing, you don't need to spend $100 on a foundation. But people think, oh, well, it's so expensive and it's supposed to be so great. Okay, well, take care of your skin, and anything will work. It doesn't matter what it is or who makes it.
Yes.
And so that is huge. And then we have a chapter where we discuss DIY recipes. So toners, DIY home toners, scrubs, face masks, and then foods that you can eat that help produce that beautiful glowy skin from the inside out.
Yep.
So that's what the ebook is all
Wow,
about.
that's so jam-packed with really, really great information.
Thank you.
I'm excited for that. And
it
this
is
one,
beautiful. It's
you're going
very
to launch it and it's going to
beautiful.
be available online.
It's going to be available online. Yes.
Sweet.
And
And
so,
where can people find you?
yes. So on our website, www.thebeautifullifenation.com. And then we're on Instagram at thebeautifullifenation_makeup.
Okay.
Facebook, The Beautiful Life Nation. And so we're all over the place. But yeah, just, you know, go online, send us an inquiry, give us a call.
Allie, it was so great to hang out with you.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much for coming out and on this like weekend, because it's Sunday today.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Sorry,
Saturday
I'm like-
all
And that's
day.
a weekend. So thank you so much for putting some time aside to kind of hang out with Mao and I.
My pleasure.
And not only that, but like offer really, really useful information for like brides who and couples too who are just on their way
Yeah.
for planning, because it can get
Yeah.
overwhelming. So thank you.
It is. It's very overwhelming. And a lot of times they're doing it for the first time. So anything that we can provide to them to help set them at ease and give them the knowledge it's just like beautiful. It's a beautiful gem. So thank you for having this space in place for us.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes.
Thank you. Yay.
Woo-hoo.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you till the next time.